Hey guys, I'm here again with yet another interesting topic from our day to day lives, where believe it or not, science is involved. Do you remember those times where we got a cut or an injury?
Yeah, not my favorite part, but yeah, I remember.
And what is the first thing we expect to see at such times?
The bleeding or the blood that oozes out from the cut.
And what's the color of that blood?
Red, of course, but what's your point?
Okay, relax. My point here is that have we ever been curious to know why our blood is red and not any other color?
Yeah, I've been curious, but never really pursued it. I mean, I've heard some of the medical terms like hemoglobin or the red blood cells, but I don't know if that is related to the color of the blood.
Yeah, many people use these big scientific words, and even though they all point in the right direction, half knowledge about anything is bad, right? So today, allow me to reveal the complete mystery of why our blood is red in color. So to start with, blood has three components, that is red blood cells, which we commonly know as RBC. Then there are white blood cells, also known as WBCs, and the last one is platelets. And the fluid that holds all these cells together is called plasma. In this composition of blood, RBCs are present in the major quantity. The ratio of RBC to WBC is so high that there are 600 RBCs for just one WBC.
Okay, so that actually makes everything clear. Quite evidently, the ratio of RBC is really high to the other blood components, and RBC is red blood cells, so that is why the color of the blood is red.
Yeah, don't get so excited. This doesn't answer our question completely.
Really? What else is there?
RBCs, along with being red in color, also have the property of transporting oxygen to various parts of our body. And it does this because of a special protein or a pigment known as hemoglobin. And this hemoglobin is rich in iron.
Okay.
So the iron in the hemoglobin actually traps the oxygen that you breathe in and therefore makes the blood red in color.
So if I have to, put these pieces together, then it explains everything that I've been hearing. Like we often hear some doctors recommending us to maintain the high hemoglobin levels, or certain dietitians recommend us to have an iron-rich diet, right?
Yeah, the logic is quite simple.
Okay.
More iron in your hemoglobin, therefore more oxygen you can trap.
Okay.
And so
better health.
exactly, that's right.
So another very intriguing thought that is coming in my mind right now. This explains, this hemoglobin and RBCs. This explains why our human blood is red in color. Okay, but is it true for animals? Like animals have blood which is red?
That's a very good question.
I know.
In the animal kingdom, blood comes in a variety of colors. Like
Okay.
it can be blue, it can be green.
Okay.
Now this difference is because of different pigments that it contains.
Okay, so hemoglobin is not present in these kind of animals. There is a different pigment altogether.
Yes, like crabs have hemocyanin, which make their blood blue in color.
Blue in color. Okay.
While there is biliverdin in skinks, which gives it color as green. So skinks have greenish colored blood. And so on. There can be many such pigments.
That was something new. I mean, I was not aware about that.
Yeah, there is one more thing, a fact about RBC that many people don't know about.
Okay.
They lack the controlling center of the cell or the nucleus.
Nucleus as the controlling center.
Yeah, and to know why I called nucleus as the controlling center, you can watch our video on cell organelles.
So now that we know so much about blood, the best thing you can do with the blood is donate it and save lives rather than shedding it unnecessarily.
So that's all for today.
If you have any other topic that interests you, do let us know in the comment section below.
You can even like and share our video with your friends.
And subscribe to our channel for more such sessions.
So till next time, keep watching
Keep learning
and keep following your curiosity. Thank you.